Welcome back, everyone. This update is specifically for those who are on Social Security benefits and those who are interested in learning about them. We're going to cover that $200 per month stimulus boost and where things stand today, as well as really good news regarding COLA. We do expect next year's COLA to be up to 3%, which is significantly higher than it was this year. But before we get into it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I'd also like to thank my sponsor, Webull. They've partnered with me to provide free stocks for my viewers, valued up to $1,800. It's completely free, and feel free to sell the stocks immediately to use the money if you'd like. All you have to do is open an account using the link that's in the description of this video. Okay, let's jump right into it, but before we do, I want to have a quick update on stimulus checks. Now, as I'm posting this video, the third stimulus check was just approved, and the IRS has already begun processing payments. So if you have direct deposit, check your bank accounts. You may already be receiving these payments, and most people should be receiving them over the course of this next week between March 13th and March 20th, and the majority of people on direct deposit should receive them by the end of the month. Of course, paper checks and debit cards will be sent out about a week later, give or take, but most people should be receiving their stimulus checks by the end of March, regardless if you're receiving it through direct deposit or through the mail. Now, a lot of people on Social Security benefits do receive these payments directly on their Direct Express card or to whatever bank account they have on file. You should receive this stimulus payment the same way you received the first two stimulus checks. And I do still have some people who are on Social Security benefits who have not received either of the first two stimulus checks. So if this happened to you, first of all, if someone claimed you as a dependent, you will not be receiving the first two stimulus checks. Now, this third stimulus check, if someone claimed you as a dependent, they will be receiving that stimulus check because adult dependents do qualify. So you're going to have to ask that person if they'll give you the stimulus check. Now, if no one claimed you as a dependent and you still did not receive any of these stimulus checks, you're going to have to file your taxes. Again, a lot of people say, you know what, I'm on Social Security benefits, I never have to file my taxes. But if you have not received any of the stimulus checks, you're going to have to file your taxes to claim what they call the recovery rebate credits to make sure you get those stimulus checks retroactively. And you could claim your Social Security benefits as income. Some people have told me they even just put $1 as taxable income. Either way, you can do this. Just talk to your local tax preparer and make sure you get this done to get your stimulus checks. Okay, that $200 per month stimulus boost for those who are on Social Security benefits. Where do things stand today, and what do we expect to happen next? Well, first of all, this idea started about a year ago, in late March, almost exactly a year ago, when Senate Democrats like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren were pushing for this $200 per month stimulus specifically for those who are on Social Security benefits. President Biden then went on to use this as one of his main promises in his campaign, and seniors voted for him and are one of the main reasons why he won this election. So we do hope that Biden plans to keep his promise. So why do seniors and those who are disabled deserve this specific boost? Well, first of all, a lot of people who are on Social Security benefits either live in poverty or just above that poverty threshold. As most of you know, the average Social Security benefit payments is about $1,500 per month, putting people just right at that poverty level. And our seniors and those who are disabled deserve to live a life of dignity. After paying into the system their entire life, these people should not be living in poverty. Another reason is because this group of people has been highly affected by the pandemic. All of you know that the majority of people who have passed away from this illness are elderly, as well as healthcare costs continue to go up for the elderly. And at the same time, the COLA increase for 2020 was a paltry 1.3%. So a $200 per month stimulus boost would help offset that very low COLA increase, which was very, very low and honestly not enough. And we're going to talk about COLA in just a second because we have good news. Experts do project that in 2022, the COLA increase could be about 3%, but more on that in just a minute. Another reason why they should approve this is because Biden promised this. Biden specifically promised on his campaign trail a $200 per month stimulus boost for those who are on Social Security benefits, and seniors came out to vote in droves. Seniors voted for Biden more than they usually vote for Democrats, and that is one of the reasons why Biden won this election. So seniors came out for Biden. We need Biden to come out for seniors. So why not? Why has this stimulus still not been approved? And what are some reasons against approving this? Well, stimulus checks. Some people argue that most seniors received the stimulus checks, which totaled about $3,200, and that is more than the $200 per month that was promised. But I would argue that Biden promised to do this in addition to the other stimulus because seniors need this more than ever. We already talked about the reasons why seniors deserve this specific stimulus boost. Also, some people argue that President Biden plans to reform Social Security benefits so they don't need this extra boost because there will be increases coming soon. Now, I would argue that $1 today is worth $2 tomorrow, and $1 guaranteed is worth $2 that are promised. So if we can get this monthly boost approved now, that could be almost a bridge until we get Social Security benefits reformed, which might take a couple of years. This reform for Social Security, first of all, is not promised, and second of all, could take a very long time to come to fruition. Now, as far as the cost, now I did the math, and approving this boost would not be outlandish. The cost of this would be much lower than a lot of other things that were included in these previous stimulus packages. So about 65 million people are on Social Security benefits. And if you gave every one of those people a $200 per month stimulus boost for an entire 12 months, that would cost about $170 billion. Definitely less than $200 billion. Now, if we take a look at this previous stimulus package, this third stimulus package spent $400 billion on stimulus checks. So the cost of this monthly boost for seniors would be half of what these stimulus checks cost. They also spent $246 billion on the unemployment boost. Now, this number is slightly different because they actually ended up lowering that boost to $300 per week instead of $400 per week, but it was still over $200 billion. This monthly boost for seniors would be even less than that. That child tax credit, which helps families who have children, was $143 billion, about the same cost of what this monthly boost would be. Now, money for state and local governments, $350 billion. I understand that state and local governments do need this money, but seniors and those who are disabled need it as well, and $200 billion would be a lot less than the $300 billion they spent here. Now, money for schools to help reopen schools safely, $290 billion. Again, this monthly boost for seniors and those who are disabled would be less than $200 billion. So as you can see here, there is a lot of money being spent in this current stimulus package, and a lot of other categories of people are getting the money, but seniors are not. Now, I know we're getting stimulus checks, but again, seniors have been hit hard by this pandemic, and those who are disabled need this money more than ever. Of course, I do want to point out that there is some money being spent for housing assistance, $71 billion, going towards rental and mortgage assistance. And seniors and those who are disabled do qualify for this as well. So make sure to call your local housing authority, and they should walk you through how to apply for that assistance. So where do things stand today, and what do we expect to happen now? Well, there are a couple of different outcomes. First of all, we do still expect and hope Biden to push for this monthly boost, and this could either happen either at a bipartisan level with the help of Republicans, or on a partisan level with only Democrats supporting this and no votes from Republicans, similar to what happened with this last stimulus package. Now, I know with the current climate of politics, it's really far-fetched to think that Republicans and Democrats would come together to approve this, but if they did so, it would either be through a standalone bill, specifically just for those who are on benefits, or by including it in Biden's Build Back Better economic package, which of course is focused on creating jobs, but Democrats are pushing to include stimulus in this as well. Of course, there's a good chance Democrats might have to go this alone and do this on a partisan level without Republicans, and if this ends up being the case, they will have to include it in that budget reconciliation process, which is what they used to approve this previous stimulus package. Now, technically, Democrats are allowed to use budget reconciliation 3 times a year, but in practice, it's usually difficult to do this more than once a year because of the various restrictions in place. So because of those rules, if they have to use budget reconciliation, the soonest this would probably get done is early next year. So about 10 months from now at best. So again, the best case scenario here would actually be a bipartisan bill that gets this done more quickly. Otherwise, we're probably going to have to wait until next year. Unfortunately, of course, there's also the fact that President Biden has promised Social Security reform, which would provide bigger benefits across the board for most people who are on benefits. But we have yet to see what he's going to do with Social Security reform. Now that this stimulus package is complete, we do hope that he'll give us more updates on this. Again, I expect this to take a couple of years, guys, but I will have you updated as soon as we have more information on Joe Biden's plans to reform Social Security benefits. Now, as far as that COLA increase, most of you know that in 2021, the COLA increase was a paltry 1.3%, not really taking into account the increase in medical bills and the increase in PPE, just the amount of money that seniors and those who are disabled are spending on masks, on face shields, on gloves, on things of that nature to protect themselves is creating a huge burden for these people. And that 1.3% was honestly not enough. And let me know in the comments if you agree. The good news is experts believe that next year in January, this COLA increase is going to be about 3%. And that is because as the economy is starting to open up, gas prices are going up, and a lot of consumer spending is increasing, which helps to increase that COLA adjustment. Really good news, and I did the math. The average person makes about $1,500 per month on benefits, so a 3% increase would be about $45 per month for the average person on benefits. I know that might not sound like a lot, but a $45 a month increase could be the difference between paying your bill and not paying your bill. And if we had a 3% increase every single year, benefits would quickly add up and become adequate. This is why personally, I think we need a 5% annual COLA increase for the next decade. We need a good 10 years of respectable COLA increases to get seniors and those who are disabled up to a respectable level of income. And at that point, we could potentially look at lowering it back to a 2 or 3% just to get it somewhere that's reasonable. But seniors and those who are disabled deserve to live a life of dignity. And a 3% increase next year would get us back on path to get to that place. But again, this is not yet confirmed, but this is what currently is being forecasted by experts. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. I will keep you updated on next year's COLA increase, Joe Biden's plans to reform Social Security benefits, as well as if and when we can get that $200 per month stimulus approved for those who are on benefits as well. But guys, stay strong out there. Help is coming soon. We're in the middle of March, and those stimulus checks should be hitting your bank account soon. And then we hope that Biden follows through on his promise to also get these monthly payments approved as well. But with that said, thank you so much for supporting my work. Every time you watch my videos, it truly goes a long way in supporting my work. So I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with anybody who you think might find it helpful. So we'll see you on the next video. And until then, take care and have a great day.